Hi everyone, welcome back. So we are reacting to a song called Return to the Source by Eddie Henderson. And this was this was requested by Gerald. Thank you very much, Gerald. If anybody else does have a request, there is a link in the description to send any through. So we are going to look at, there is a remastered version. But honestly, I just really like listening to the original. I just feel like I get a vibe from it. So yeah, I'm going to listen to the non-remastered version, basically. So yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, that was really good. Like, and I was noticing even when I before I started, I really noticed this cover here. Obviously, now that no, obviously it looked like an instrument. It's like the end of the trumpet, like potentially. That's how I saw it initially. But now looking deeper into it, I'm like, wow, there's like it's got a real spiritual element to it as well, like with the world, almost like the hot core in the middle here, and then the cooler layers. But it's like returning to source, like it's very sort of ambiguous but very spiritual at the same time, like the circle and like continuity, and but that's how you return to sources with the music, how it looked like a trumpet, like the end of the trumpet, and like any wind instrument, it has that like the end bit, the beak. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. So that was really nice. It's like, yeah, I like that. So yeah, the song was so good. Like, I really love how. Yeah, I'm guessing he's a trumpet. He plays the trumpet. He's a trumpet player. I would think so. I'm gonna have a little look in a second. But yeah, I just loved the fact that it was an instrumental, and there were so many elements in there. Obviously, it was very groovy, very funky, and like had a lot of like vibe to it where you could dance to it and stuff. And I love that bit. I think that's always a nice thing to add when you're doing kind of any music that is predominantly spiritual and has a spiritual message behind it. I think it's always nice to have. It's nice to have something that's mellow and slow and things like that, where you can just sort of feel like you're floating. But this one makes you feel like you want to dance, which is a spiritual thing, releasing all that energy and like stored up energy, and just, yeah, that's how you return to source, is by releasing all that pent up energy and releasing, yeah, what's stagnant. And I feel like that's really nice. That a song that is spiritual allows you to want to like release that, or not, it doesn't allow you, it forces you to. When you're listening to it, you kind of want to dance and release whatever energy you have in your body, type thing. So I really like that element of it. But there's other elements of it as well that were very continuous, and I think it links to this the this circular shape. Obviously it was the trumpet, but it's circle, it's that continuity. And I feel like there was a lot of that within the song with certain instruments. Now I don't really know what instrument it is. It's definitely something like a synthesizer, or I'm still learning a lot of these terms, in terms of like these terms for instruments and the things that are added to songs, like production wise. So if anybody knows, I'd love to know. Like I said, I'm still learning these words. But I really loved this continuity, that it was just like, it almost sounded like, the spiritual sound baths and like the bowls that you do, but it had obviously more of like a electronic sound to it. But it was giving me like those meditation sounds that you hear, that's like very continuous, and like, circular things that you tap, and the sound bowls, and you kind of do that sound. But it was giving that vibe to it, but obviously more of like a synthy sound, if that's how you say it, or like more of like an electronic sound, kind of like manufactured sound. So it was kind of, yeah, I like that about it. Let's listen. That. See how, I mean, anybody has seen sound bowls, or use a sound bowl. It's like you have, or if you never use a sound bowl, when you have like a glass of a wine glass, and then you kind of do that, and you do the, it does that sound, isn't it? So it's giving that very circle, what you create with circles, and it's very spiritual. There's a lot of elements to it to analyze, actually. But yeah, I love that sound. It was very, yeah, it was giving sound bowl vibes, and how it kept coming in and out. I was like, because it kind of has that same sound when you use the sound bowl. It kind of goes more intensely, and then it kind of, comes in and out. So that was really cool. I really like that element to it, definitely. I put down, at 2 minutes there was something. I think it was the toning of it. Let me have a little listen. And then the voices come in. It's a really good, it's so well made. Like, I think what I love about it is that there's so many elements to it, and that spirituality, and like, it doesn't have to just be one element, you know. It's showing us that, yeah, spiritual songs or spiritual don't just have to be about the sound bowls or that like continuous kind of meditative sound. It can be funky, it can be groovy, and still have that essence of the spirituality to it. And then the vocals come in. Return to source of your creation. I love it. It's very faint as well. You kind of it's not like for the forefront of the song. It's kind of the ad libs and in the background, but you feel the words, and it's like just adding a little context to it to kind of keep you aligned with what the song's about and where it wants to take you. So I really like those like kind of affirmation type of lyrics that are just sort of shouting out, and or not shouting out, just being kind of like very direct with it. And it's kind of keeps you grounded within the song, which I really like. Yeah, I put it funky but spiritual, which definitely is. And then I put this bit. Oh, I just love the. Yeah. Let's have a little look at the. I was going to put lyrics in, but we can see what there is. Actually, do you know what? Let's go on context, because I feel like they probably would just put that in there. Let's have a little look. So, it's a jazz funk track by trumpet and flugelhorn. I never know how to pronounce that. Flugelhorn player Eddie Henderson, a 77 album. Coming through as well is a cool name as well, and it really links with this. It's like the sound, but it's like you're coming through to that spiritual side. I really like it. He was signed to Capitol Records. His musical direction shifted significantly. The label pushed him toward a more accessible commercial sound that blended jazz with disco, R&B, and funk. While Henderson's earlier albums were strictly avant-garde jazz, Return to the Source leans heavily into danceable groove. It features an incredibly talented cast of heavy-hitting session players bridging the gap between jazz and soul, including keyboards and synths, Patrice Rushen, who provides the bubbling futuristic textures the song is known for. Bass, Paul Jackson, Henderson's former's Mwandishi bandmate. Oh, was that what? I like all these facts, and I don't like to be ignorant to different things. Band. Okay, it's a band. Okay. So vocals, Diane Reeves and Howard King. I feel like I've heard those names before. Beautiful guitar, Lee Ritenour. Is it French? Track characteristics. Unlike traditional hard bop jazz, Return to the Source relies on heavy backbeats, thick slap bass lines, and a smooth mid-tempo groove similar to the Isley Brothers hits of that era. It reflects a time when many pioneering jazz artists use modern electronic effects like mini moog and clavinet to reach broader pop and R&B artists. Yeah, definitely was hearing that in that. Interesting. It doesn't say more about the lyrics, but I just love the spiritual nature, which isn't actually spoken as much in the context. But I feel like this is just really that psychedelic sort of vibe to it as well, but then it's groovy. It's not, I guess you can't really call it psychedelic because I feel like there's, but for me it was, because what psychedelic at the end of the day, it's like it's a spiritual element. But tell me like the difference, you know, between the two. But it definitely jazzy, funky, and just I really love the spiritual elements of this. And I feel like it was very much translated with the instrumental and just those little affirmations, like the follow your direction, source of your creation. Beautiful, love it, really nice. Thank you so much, Gerald, for requesting this. I'm very, very grateful. So anybody else has any requests, there is a link in my description. If you haven't subscribed yet and it is your first time watching and you like the vibe that I create, you resonate with me and the way that I appreciate music, the way that I research context afterwards to understand the creation behind it, and that's something you like about me and the way I react, then feel free to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much, Joe, for requesting. Thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, bye.